Inspiration 1390 Music of Power and Praise. That's Donnie McClurkin. It's called I Need You inside of the ride home. It's your girl Marcella Jones hanging out with you on this Tuesday. We're just into the second day, but trust me, Hump Day will be here soon and Friday will be here soon as well. Amen. All right, listen, if nobody has told you that I love you, let me be the first to tell you I love me some you. And today, I've been talking about it. You heard me talking about it a little bit earlier, that I have got S Mckinley strong in the house this afternoon. And I've got Venise Hardy, who is the Senior Director of Educational Services, as well as Alexis McNulty, who is the first place essay winner and a recipient of a scholarship, which is amazing. You definitely want to get a scholarship, and S Mckinley is the place that gives out the opportunities, I tell you. As well as Rayvon Savary. He is the second place essay winner and scholarship recipient as well. We're waiting on him to get on in the studio. But we want to welcome you to the studio. Thanks so much for stopping by this afternoon. How are you today? This one right here. There you go.
I'm doing excellent today, and thank you so much for having us here to put a spotlight on these very important achievements.
Yes.
And for the services that we provide to the students.
So tell us a little bit about S Mckinley. You know, I have my own personal story. I talk about that often. But tell us about S Mckinley.
So S Mckinley, since founded nearly 50 years ago, has successfully placed over 75,000 minorities students in over 400 colleges and universities throughout the country. Currently, we service 1,700 Chicago public school students and 10 schools, 5 high schools, 5 feeder elementary schools. We provide academic support, tutor, mentor, scholarship research, college placement, financial literacy, everything necessary to motivate and inspire youth to remain on a college-going path, and then to believe that they not only can get accepted, but they can enroll and graduate and then come back and make a difference in their communities.
Amen to that. Look, I'm a witness. And so what I love most about S Mckinley, because back when I was, when I went away to college, there were some services that, I always say that I would never have been able to go to college had it not been for S Mckinley and the services that you all have, because I didn't believe that it was possible. But that was back then. And you guys have just excelled. So you have not only for just college students, and high school students, but even little babies.
Yes. So what we believe is early intervention, early exposure leads to early opportunities, leads to early interest in wanting to move ahead, move forward, and in some cases break certain paradigms, and then become the first in your particular family and in your community to make a difference. And so what we do is we intervene in the lives of 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. We help them to get the academic supports necessary to improve grades, low standardized test scores, and then to build confidence, and to help them to envision, prepare, and plan for a future that is outside of what they may have been used to or exposed to. We let them know that circumstances should not define your destiny. You should define your circumstance and your destiny.
I love it. So how can a parent get their child involved, or how can a student get involved? What is the process?
So the process for getting involved is we have 2-step process. The first one is that you can be a student at one of our 10 target schools, or you can also become enrolled or involved in our program through walk-in services. There is some eligibility requirements, and among those eligibility requirements is that we require that you bring a transcript, your ACT scores if you are a high school student seeking to get some help with college placement and financial literacy, and then we also have an income guideline as well that we ask students to bring in. All of these things helps us to create an academic and a financial profile so that we can begin to the process of identifying schools and opportunities that fits the student's academic, financial, social, and career profile. And I think that's always been our niche. Right fit, right cost.
Yeah. And so what I love most as well, like you said, the right fit, right cost. So you have a database, I'm sure, that will give you the information and tools that you need to offer a student an option.
Absolutely. And so what I like most about our services, or what makes our services most unique, is that it's the personalized approach. When you are in a high school, sometimes the counselor ratio is 1 to 435 students. When you come to Ada S. McKinley, it's 1 to 1. So we have more than one counseling session. We have 5, 6, 10, whatever it takes to get involved with the students, to get involved with their families, to identify what their needs are, and then to identify the right college, the right fit. And so we use all the information that's required to be eligible for the program to create these profiles and have conversations with these students and their families in order to figure out, I don't want to just get you admitted to school and enrolled. I want to figure out the best possible situation for your success.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk more. Hopefully, Ray will be in the studio, and then we're going to talk to Alexis as well, because I want to hear, because you guys did a wonderful job with your essay. It was really awesome. So since I have a motivational moment every single day, so I'm going to pass it on over to the youth, and allow them to motivate and inspire today. So we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back. I got that weather and traffic on the way, plus I got some music coming up from Helen Baylor. It's the Ride Home on Inspiration 1390.
If your actions inspire others to dream more, to learn more, to do more, and become more, then you are a leader. John Quincy Adams. As of December 25th, the Chicago Police Department reported approximately 556 murders in the year of 2018. Born and raised in Chicago's Auburn Gresham, I've witnessed and undergone many unfortunate experiences, none more painful than the grieving the losses of my loved ones. Throughout my entire life, the only positive black role model I had was my father. I hope to come back and become an advocate, be an inspiration and role model for the kids of low-income neighborhoods without someone to look up to. From my post-secondary education, I hope to gain the skills of a leader so I can uplift those in my community and show them that there's a better way to success without violence and negativity. My junior year was the most challenging for me, both spiritually and academically. Shortly after the school year began, my older brother, who just turned 18, was murdered. This unfortunate tragedy overwhelmed me with grief to the point I lost all motivation, battling depression alongside holding in all this anger. Thankfully, with the support system and the love and encouragement of my immediate family, I was able to overcome all of these obstacles. Looking back, I realized that not everyone is as fortunate as I was to have that same supportive environment. I've witnessed several of my peers encounter tragedies very similar to my own, and so unknowingly they turn toward the streets of drugs. In every case, this signifies the beginning of their lives' downward spiral. Being a black, male, first-generation college student from a low-income neighborhood, I understand the plights of all impoverished teenagers trying to be successful. And this only pulls me closer as I now feel a responsibility to show the future generations the possibility of becoming a college success is truly obtainable with work. I plan on finishing my post-secondary education with not only a degree, but with the giving heart to pour back into the lives of those in need of guidance. As quoted by John Quincy Adams, with these skills as an exemplar, I will inspire others to dream more, to learn more, accomplish more than they ever believed that they could. I hope to provide an arsenal of beneficiary resources as well as mentorship to teenagers like myself who are willing to work and create better for themselves.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you so
I
much.
just want to thank you so much for that amazing piece. I know that you're a spoken word artist. You wanna, because I know you passed me your little business card. You know.
I am a spoken word artist, Ray the Poet. Find me on Instagram. Really, my Facebook is Rayvon Savary, my name, or Instagram Ray_DA_POET.
Ray, what school are you going to?
Tuskegee University.
All right, what are you looking forward to? What are you
I'm looking forward to just being around positive people that look like me, honestly. I'm looking forward to being in that environment because I know I'm going to gain so much from it.
All right. I love it. Listen, I appreciate you all so much for coming by today and just sharing this information, talking about Ada S. McKinley of Venise Hardy, who is the Senior Director of Educational Services. Is there anything you want to share before we leave? Or before you guys leave? I wish I could leave with y'all.
Well, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. for us to come on air and be able to talk about these truly inspiring stories and to shed light that there is change that is occurring in Inglewood and Auburn, Gresham, all around the city. There is change coming, and if we continue to believe and pour into these students and continue to support organizations like S Mckinley and all the others that are out here doing this work, we will make a difference.
Amen.
And I want to thank everybody, that my team and educational services staff, as well as my family who supports me and gives me the opportunity to do the work that I've been doing.
All right, young people, Alexis and Ray, we have cried for you today. Some tears of joy, expectation. We believe and hope that you are going to go out and do greater things and make a difference, not only in the community but in this world, because you two are our future, along with all of the other youth that are going away to school, or even those that are not going away to school. You know, if you are going to school in general, you are going to hopefully make a difference in the community. We, you know, soon, well, I don't want to say soon, but at some point we will be seniors, okay? And so we're going to look to you for guidance, to you for leadership. And so that's why it's so important. That's why we pour into you. We speak into your lives, positivity and love. And that's my hope for many adults that are listening right now in your youth programs, that you just take the time to sit down and listen to your youth. Like these youth here today, they are a prime example of what could possibly happen. There is an option and a choice, just as you said, for everybody.
Yes.
Everybody. All right, everybody. All minds clear. Anybody want to have anything else to say? Ray, you got something else to say.
This whole event today just took my breath away, and I do want to thank everybody at iHeartRadio, you, Miss Marcella Jones, 100% for being able to giving us this platform to be able to share our stories honestly, to inspire other people. And you did again remind me of that when I did walk in here. You know what I'm saying?
I do,
and I appreciate that.
You do.
Definitely did.
You know, there's a lesson I always talk about. This $10 that I owed someone. $10. She loaned me. One of my friend's mother loaned me $10. I know y'all heard this story 10 times. This is 11 now, and I owed her $10, and I didn't give it back to her at the time that I said I was going to give it back to her, which was the next day, because there was something going on, and so I didn't do what I said I was going to do. And so the next day I took her $20, because I'm thinking, okay, the $10, I give her 10 extra, you know, double for I travel. But she said to me, and this was something I never forgot, and this is what I hope that you never forget as well, just as you said, you know, that was a lesson for you. She said, you know, I'm not going to be able to give you anything else anymore. And I said, well, why not? She said, because you didn't do what you said you were going to do. And that's something I never, ever forgot. Never forgot that. To always do what I say that I am going to do and be a woman of my word. And so I just pass that along to you, to the youth, that always be a man and a woman of your word. If your word is all that you have. Yes. So always be a man and woman of your word. Okay, so if you don't remember nothing else about me, remember that.
I got you.
All right, and then that other little message I gave you when you walked in the door. And keep in touch with us, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
And plus, we want to thank Trudy as well. We got to shout out Trudy. Trudy doing amazing work. Come on, y'all got to give it up for Trudy.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
All right, listen, stay near, because Pastor Ford is in the house. We're going to come back with Real Talk Tuesday. Make sure you stay in touch with me, all right? Let me know how you guys are doing. I'm super proud of you. And I know I got your card, too. I got your card. All right, there's more on the way. It's the afternoon ride home on 1390.
Throughout my whole high school experience, I was labeled the new girl. During middle of freshman year, my grandma had died, so I had to be placed into foster care. Within foster care, I moved homes frequently, which meant I also had to transfer to different schools. Each school provided different experiences, but one thing stayed consistent. I was the new girl. I was the new girl at home and in school, and it took a toll on me academically and emotionally. Since I had to move school so much, I had to learn how to adapt to my new environment. Personally, I hate change. Change is very scary for me because, in my experience, change has never really been a good thing. I had to change living arrangements quite often, which meant I had different caregivers, and some were not capable of taking care of me properly. So moving schools terrified me because if moving homes was awful, then moving schools could not be any better. I felt lonely and scared because I couldn't really talk to anyone at home because they were strangers to me. Emotionally, I was really overwhelmed, and it started to show in my schoolwork. I didn't want to go to school because I was so behind. I just wanted to give up. I felt hopeless until I remembered what my grandma would tell me. Never give up, keep pushing. That is exactly what I did. I began contacting my counselors and staying after school to catch up on work. I began to feel a weight lift off my shoulders. I felt free. I appreciate the tremendous amount of help I received. When I received the amount of help I did, I was greatly touched. I honestly felt like I mattered and I didn't feel like the new girl anymore. I felt like I was part of something bigger. For the first time in a long time, I felt like I belonged somewhere, and it felt amazing. I will never forget that feeling because it helped shape me to the person that I am today. I will forever appreciate those that helped me. I want to be able to reciprocate that type of help to people who really want and deserve it. This desire to help people is what motivates me to attend East West University. I want to work as a psychiatrist because I feel as though they help so many people in times of need. I really want to bring joy and happiness to people's lives. Knowing that I am making a positive impact on someone's life just fills my heart with joy. That is all I need in life. Aiding people in trouble is my greatest passion in life, and I know I can accomplish that by attending this awesome college.
Yes, I love it. That's Alexis McNulty, and she is the first place essay winner, Ada S. McKinley, the scholarship. It was amazing. That was amazing to see all of the young people that came up. Wasn't it 100? Was it over 100 or 100?
It was 100.
100 students. I came back talking about it because I saw all of the things that they were able to be blessed with to take with them as they went to college, and I was just looking at the trunks like, man, I wish I could have a do-over because you guys gave them an amazing start.
So the goal with that is that we wanted them to have everything necessary to make a smooth transition between home life and dorm life. Mm-hmm. For many of the students, this is the very first time that they will be leaving their communities, leaving their families, and truly believing that they mattered and that they are just as good as the person sitting next to them. So we wanted to make sure that they had everything that they needed to feel successful from day one when they stepped on a college campus.
So, Alexis, what do you feel? I know you're leaving in a couple of days, so how you feeling so far?
Well, actually, I don't start school until next month in September.
Oh, so you got a little while to go.
Yeah, I got a little while to go. My summer is...
It's going to go by fast. It's going to go by fast. So what are you looking forward to? I know that you said you're going for psychology, right?
Yes.
So what are you looking forward to?
For college, I've always been super ready for college. Even in 8th grade, I'm like, I want to skip high school and go straight to college. Wow. I immediately changed my mind because I'm like, I want the experience. So for college life, I'm very excited for the social aspect, to diversify my friends and just to see different places. Even though I'm still going to be in Chicago, I'm mainly going to be in downtown Chicago. And just to network and to experience what the class like is going to be in college, because I do want to do psychology, and I've been so interested in the mind and how the mind works, because I've dealt with mental illness a long time since I was so young, because I was bullied a lot, and it took a toll on me to the point where I even wanted not to be here anymore. I wanted to kill myself so many times. But my grandma, she helped. And that's what keeps me pushing every day. It's like, today might be hard, but tomorrow is eventually it's going to get better. It always does. It has to. It's life.
I love that. That right there is a poem. You know that right, that little small snippet that it gets. What was that you said again? It gets hard. Say that one more time.
Today might be hard, but tomorrow it gets better.
And the last part, it has to.
It has to. It's life.
It's life. That right there was good. That was some good stuff. So we just celebrate you today, both of our youth, or all of our youth that are getting ready to go to college, because this is the next level for you, and we look forward to our future leaders. And to hear you say that you are looking forward to going to school and, you know, diversify your friends, and you know, have some different type of friendships and relationships. I think that's amazing. You don't hear many youth saying that.
I think it's amazing considering everything that the students have experienced throughout their life, yet they show a certain type of resolve, certain type of perseverance that's inspiring even to those of us who've traveled that path years ago. So I am very grateful to them, and I tell them all the time, thank you for the honor of servicing you, because I learn, I'm inspired, I'm empowered, and I'm motivated every time I have the opportunity to interact with them, to have a conversation with them, and just to see their accomplishments and where they're going and the heights that I know that they will reach.
What do you think is the thing, and both of you can answer this, and we're going to talk to Ray. We saving the brother for last, all right? but what is the one thing that you think that there is a lack of as it pertains to adults? Because sometimes we don't listen well. And to hear her talk about, you know, some of the issues that, you know, you talked about, Alexis, that you were struggling in and that you wanted to give up, and what do you believe is the thing that we lack and we need to do better in as adults?
I think the one thing that we lack as adults is, unlike the students, we tend to be judgmental. We need to approach every conversation with these students with an open mind and an open heart. And to understand, not to forget that we had challenges as well.
Yeah.
They may be different in magnitude, but however, they were challenges. And then to take ourselves outside of our current circumstance or where we are now, and to remember the journey traveled.
Amen to that. Well, Alexis, you know, I celebrate you today. One day I may have to sit on your couch, honey, and I may have to have a conversation with you, okay?
Okay.
You just never, ever know. Just go and be great. Do great. Be great. You know, and come back and empower someone else in the community, just as you said. That's the motto of Ada S. McKinley. And so never, ever, whatever you do, never, ever forget that, all right? All right. So Rayvon is in the studio. Savary is in the studio. So listen, we are celebrating this young man. I mean, just listening to him this afternoon has brought tears to everybody's eyes in the studio, because you know you are an African American young man, and you're going away to college, and you know your story is a story for a lot of young men who believe that there is no hope. So can you just tell us a little bit about your story?
Well, in my junior year, I lost my older brother to a robbery situation. Went wrong. He was very strong-willed, and he refused. Things went bad, and I lost my older brother. And at first, I was just it stunned me. Like, I got stuck, and it wasn't until I was able to sit down and talk to my parents, and just to have an open environment and an open conversation where I could let out all the emotions I had pent up. That's when I realized that I was stuck, and that's when I was able to get unstuck.
Okay.
And coming to the same talk about hopelessness and about not having hope, I feel like that's the stuck stage. People are in like the sunken place where, man, I can't get out of this. I don't know how to get out of this. And it really was, I don't know how to feel better. I don't think I ever feel better, because you've been going through it for so long and you see other people going through it. But there is hope, and there's change that's available for everybody. You just got to work for it.
You know, I think it's really important, you know, as an adult, and I was once a young person, believe it or not. That was only a couple of years ago. Okay. but I look at the state of where we are with our youth. I have a heart for the youth. I fight for y'all, and y'all don't even know. I'm fighting for the youth. And so I have a heart for youth. And what would you think? Just as the question I just asked. What would you think is the issue as it relates to adults not being able to connect with you two as youth? What is the thing that's missing?
It starts with a conversation. Just simply a conversation. I don't feel like we can relate or be on the same level, on the same page, if we don't know where each other are. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, if we gonna meet each other, we gotta sit and talk at a table where we can come and see each other eye to eye. So I can say, well, I'm lacking in this and I'm going through this, and I can feel comfortable expressing myself to you. And that's what I got in turn, and that's beautiful when you feel loved or comfortable enough to talk and express yourself.
So what are your expectations going away to school? I know Alexis, she just gave her expectations. She's going to become a psychologist one day. She's going to, a whole lot of folk that she is seeing on a day-to-day basis will one day have to sit on her couch. Yeah. So what are your expectations?
The thing that I'm looking forward to the most is, I want to say, learning. I'm one of those people that I love skills and attaining new skills. So I think with every new class and every new subject, I'm going to attain a different skill that's going to ultimately lead me back to being able to create change and give hope to people. So I'm just ready to see what I'm finna learn,
Mm-hmm. Ray, I just feel like you are going to really do something amazing, and not just on a level of academics. I feel like you're going to do something even greater than that. And so that's why, I don't know if that's why I'm staying on you a little bit more than I am Alexis. I know she's going to do amazing, but there's just, when there's a young black African American male that don't always get the opportunities that you have, and you have this before you, I want you to take full advantage of it, and don't be distracted. Both of you. That's a message for the both of you. All right, we're gonna take a quick break and come back, and we're gonna close it out. I could talk to you guys all day long. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back and close it out. And of course, we're gonna hear your essay, what got you to come in second place as well. So you all stay right where you are. The best is yet to come. I got some music on the way from Donald Lawrence presents featuring Leandria Johnson and more. It's the ride home on Inspiration 1390.